In this video on Objective 4.1, we'll use the Triangle Sum Theorem to find the measure of angles in triangles. So for the figure on the left, it's a triangle, triangle ORF. So we know that the measure of angle O plus the measure of angle R plus the measure of angle F must be equal to 180 degrees. That would be your Triangle Sum Theorem equation. Now we can substitute in the algebraic expressions from the figure. Well, the measure of angle O is represented by x, and the measure of angle R is represented by x plus 43, and the measure of angle F is represented by x minus 31. So those all will sum to 180. Now we'll combine like terms, x, x, and x. We've got a total of 3 x's. We've got a positive 43 minus 31. That is 12. So 3x plus 12 equals 180 degrees. Now to isolate the variable term, we'll subtract 12 from both sides, leaving 3x on the left side equal to 168. And now we will have to get all the way down to 1x. So if we have 3x equals 168, we'll divide both sides by 3. 3 over 3 reduces to 1, so we have 1x equals, let's do this. I'm going to show the long division up here. If I'm trying to divide 3 into 168, little quick mini lesson on long division. So I think, does 3 divide into 1 evenly? No, but 3 does divide into 16. What times 3 is equal to or less than 16? 5. So I have a 5 up here. 5 times 3 is 15. And with long division, you subtract here. So 15 from 16 leaves 1. Well, 3 does not divide into 1 evenly. So I have to bring down the next digit. And I think, what number times 3 is equal to or less than 18? 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So there's no remainder. That means that 3 times 56 is equal to 168. So if I divide 168 by 3, I will get 56. So x is 56. That's important. But I'm not sure if I'm done. Oh, it says find the measure of angle F. So the measure of angle F is represented by x minus 31. Measure of angle F is equal to x minus 31. Well, x is 56 minus 31. So I've got 525. So the measure of angle F is 25 degrees. Now we're going to do the example on the right-hand side. We've got a big triangle, triangle JKM, which is comprised of 2 triangles. And we need to find the measure of all the angles that don't already have degree measurements in them. So we need to find the measure of angle 1, the measure of angle 2, and the measure of angle 3. Now sometimes you can't find, for example, the measure of angle 1 first. Sometimes you have to jump over and work on angle 2 or angle 3. But in this case, we can find the measure of angle 1 if we wanted to, because the measure of angle 1, or I should say angle 1, is in a linear pair. Let me erase my little scribbles. Is in a linear pair with a 57 degree angle. So if you should choose, you can use what you know about linear pairs to find the measure of angle 1. Measure of angle 1 plus a 57 degree angle equal 180 degrees. Why? Because linear pairs are supplementary. And in the figure, I can see that it was a linear pair situation. Angle 1 and the 57-degree angle are adjacent, and together they form a straight line. Okay, so the measure of angle 1 plus 57 is 180, so if I subtract 57 from both sides, I know that the measure of angle 1 is equal to 123. So I have found the measure of angle 1 using the linear pairs information. So now that I know the measure of angle 1 is 123, I can use that information going forward. So I'm just going to put it in my figure, and it's hard to squeeze it in there, so I'll just use a little line, 123. So now I know triangle JKL. Look, I've got 123 in this angle. I've got 28 in this angle. Now I can find the measure of angle 3. So, excuse me. I know because they form a triangle, the measure of angle 3 plus the 123 degree angle plus the 28 degree angle, those three angles sum 280 degrees because of the Triangle Sum Theorem. The Triangle Sum Theorem states that the sum of three angles in any triangle is always 180 degrees. So, let me combine like terms. I've got 123 plus 28. So I know 123 plus 20 would be 143, and I know 3 plus 8 is 11. So I've got 151. So measure of angle 3 plus 151 has to equal 180 degrees. So if I subtract 151 from both sides, I'll isolate the measure of angle 3. So the measure of angle 3 is equal to 150 from 180 is 30. I took one more away, so it's 29. So the measure of angle 3 is 29. So the only other angle I need to find is the measure of angle 2. Looks like I could do that pretty easily with the Triangle Sum Theorem because these three angles make up a triangle. So I know that the measure of angle 2 plus the 57 degree angle plus the 71 degree angle add to 180 degrees. So I'll combine like terms. 57 and 71, so 128 degrees, okay. So when I subtract 128 degrees from both sides, and I'm out of room, I know the measure of angle 2 must equal 52 degrees.